Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in, everybody. Let's talk about it. Listen, happy Sunday to everybody. We here. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for everybody to come on in. I did not put this on. I usually put it on my Twitter. I just put it on my YouTube. So we'll just wait just a second. Like to have both combined. But come on in, everybody. Happy Sunday to everybody. You guys know, came to you guys earlier and talked about a recruit that is possibly on Flip Watch. He's projected and predicted to go to Tennessee. So come on in, everybody. We'll wait for a second for everybody to come on in. Come on in. Happy Sunday to everybody. I'm just going to wait just a few minutes here, and we'll talk about a couple of things that's been put out there as it relates to this stuff, man. So let's talk about it. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me see here. Let me see if I can put this on my Twitter real quick while I'm waiting for everybody to come in. Let me see here. Oh, there is. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm trying to put this on my Twitter. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right, now we got it on both. Yeah, and I talked with her. That's it. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Man, hey, I had a phone conversation. Yeah, I already know, man. So look, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. As of now, it's not multiple, man. It's not multiple, but I will say it's two, according to her. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Come on in, everybody. Happy Sunday to everybody. Those who want to join in on the chat, the link, listen, there's some that get confused. The link is not on my YouTube chat. It will be, the link is not on my Twitter chat. It will be on my YouTube chat. So if you're on Twitter watching this now, you got to go into my YouTube, which is USCJ32. There's an actual link that you can hit that's already in my Twitter feed. You can go into USCJ32. You can hit that link and join the chat. But the chat, the link to come on, if you want to be a guest, you got to come on to YouTube. It's not going to work from the Twitter. I think a lot of people have been getting mixed up. Last night they got mixed up. So come on in. I'm going to leave this in here and we'll talk about it. But you guys know we brought you some information earlier today, and that was about Dwayne Morris out of the state of Tennessee. Dwayne Morris out of the state of Tennessee. He's on Flip Watch right now. So let's talk about it. Big Jones, if you want to come on in, we'll talk about it. The link is right there for you right there down low. We'll talk about it. And we'll discuss what Mama K said. We'll discuss what she said. But the link is in the chat. I'm still waiting. We got 56 in here. I want to wait for a couple of people to come on, and we'll deal with this real quick. We got a first guest coming on real quick. Ray.
What's up, Jay? How you doing, brother, on this Sunday?
Hey, man. Hey, I can't complain, man. To God be the glory. Man, you got that window down,
huh? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me step inside the restaurant. Can you hear me now?
I hear you loud and clear now. You good? What's the word, though? I didn't hear from you yesterday, right?
Yeah, man. I was lost in the sauce, man. I was down for the count on that game.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
5 losses, which we really have we come out flat in the first half. Then second half we turn it up and we just shut them all out, giving up only maybe 3 to 6 points in the second half with teams. We're better than our record is. It's just we're not disciplined. We're not playing complimentary football. We come out. Defense might come out on the first play, 3 and out. Second play, 3 and out. But the offense don't do nothing. I'm all for you what you've been saying about, man, we should have been easily having Mayava get some RPO or whatnot come in and everything to let him take over the reins. But I think the recruits are noticing it. I think in my gut feeling, the recruits know that we're better.
Yeah, they do. I'm glad you mentioning that. And I see the guests coming on. I'm gonna take one at a time, not to cut you off, but I like what you said, because I did talk with somebody that said to the recruits, some of the recruits, the win losses doesn't matter. But however, to some of them, it does matter because the media is going to put it a certain way. They're going to put it when they're going to try to capitalize that USC is in a bad position and that you don't want to go there. You're not going to be developed. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. I can see Paul Feinbaum, right now, because I ain't going to even lie, man. I had text some people and I was like, man, it seemed like Paul Feinbaum was right. But then again, it's like we've been there. We've been there. And I'm just hoping that the recruits understand that, like, okay, I see that they are better this year. Maybe, if we come here, we add to it and we help turn this whole tide around, as well as getting some players in from the transfer portal who can really, that's going to be impact players. At this point, we got to open up that NIL, but we just got to open it up because, Riley has to know how to really build a complete team. Part of me kind of feels like he, as the head coach, he needs to hire a special teams coach as well as an offensive coordinator, let the offensive coordinator run it, and he just like oversee everything else, But I think the recruits still feel like on the defensive side, I think they really can see like, the development. But offensively, that's where it's at. I don't want Juju Lewis to run him and Cardez Smith. I don't want to see them go because the O-line has been improving in the past 3 games.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about. Mama K actually put out some information, and while you're on here real quick, I'll just go ahead. But I'm gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna keep the hope that we can somehow keep these guys, man. Mama K, she took to Twitter, and I actually had a brief conversation with her too, by the way. But she basically said that two commits are expected to decommit, and so
I expect that too. I hope I hope they're not like the big players, but I mean, I get it. Kids want to see a program winning and everything. They don't want to see a growth when you have a big name as a coach like this. Now, I can definitely say if we had a different coach, like let's say if it was a Nick Saban, we had a down year like this, I still don't see recruits just dipping.
Yeah.
But, I hope the rest of them defensively, I hope we really do keep all our recruits.
No doubt. That's the main side. And if you look at it, and I'm gonna let you go because I got more people coming in. But if you really, thank you, Christian, for the super chat. And I know you coming in, you probably come in too. But if you really look at this, everything that is here's the frustrating thing to me about everything. When you look at the defensive side of the ball, what we did in the portal, and man, these guys are coming in too. So but when you're looking from the defensive side of the ball compared to the offensive side, it just seems like, we didn't utilize the resources to get these guys as needed. But when you look on the offensive side, it seems like we always focus more on that. We get more than enough wide receivers. It's not even enough. I mean, no, you can only have one receiver catch the ball at a time. But we got the guy from San Jose State. I don't like that because to me, at the end of the day, I look at these young brothers as little brothers, and he is a local guy. I want to, don't disrupt him if you're not gonna get him the ball. Let him stay B, bro. Like let him stay where he's at. And the dude Ross is a good wide receiver. He could be a very productive guy. We saw the same thing with guys like Dorian Singer. You bring him over here. Why disrupt anybody if you're not going to play him? We already got Jacoby Lane. We already got Deuce Robinson, Zachariah Branch, Mekhi Lemon. But you go get guys like Jay Fair from Auburn. You go get guys like Ross from San Jose State. You go get another guy. Yeah, Jaden Richardson that came from Division III school. Like, why disrupt these guys' careers if we're not going to use them? To me, that's like one of the most disturbing things out of all this stuff, man. We stacking offensive players, but at the same time, we lacking interior players, man. Look, why not do it that way, the same way we try to focus on that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. That's why I don't think Riley understands how to fully build a team. I think he's more of a coordinator, in my honest opinion. I think just like the Chip Kelly, who was at Oregon for all those years. Certain. I just think that he's an offensive coordinator. Ain't no knock on that. He can still make his money, but
Yeah.
we need a head coach that really understands, because
Yeah.
holding up the receivers with 9
Yeah.
receivers, and we don't even use the tight ends that much no more like we did out the gate. I just don't
Yeah.
understand it. But I'm
I
gonna
got a
jump
gang of
off,
people
and I
coming. All
gotta
right.
let
Hey,
people
I
say.
appreciate you, fam, for tapping in, man, on your while you getting your eat on.
All right, appreciate you.
All right,
Peace.
fam. Fight on. Hey, everybody, I see everybody. I'm gonna get to everybody. Leon, all these different guys that are coming in. I got to get to them in order. B, what's the word? Brian.
What's going on, Jay?
Man, you kind of hear the news. You know, I talked about Dwayne Morris earlier.
Right.
Of course, now I'm talking about a couple of guys. No names are put out there. I know the names, but I'm not gonna put that out there.
Right.
But you
Right.
know, there are a couple of names. You know, and
Here's
Mama K put that out there.
here's my conjecture on that. We can't worry about those recruits right now. We got to worry about what's in the locker room right now. That's what we have to worry about. And what's so frustrating is, and you and I talked about it on Instagram. What's so frustrating about it is that Riley has the tools in the shed. He just won't use them. And we all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Because I've been
yep,
screaming it, because I've been screaming this since when? Since the Minnesota laws, right?
right.
And everybody was saying, well, hey, packages and all of this stuff. Listen, he's been trying to fit a square peg into a round hole for the longest. I appreciate what Moss has done, but he just doesn't fit Riley's MO. This whole thing could have been resolved by just putting the right QB in. If they were even in the spring, they were even in the fall. What sets the two aside?
Yep,
Number 14 is mobility. That's what
yep.
sets them aside. That's what makes your offense run. I've never
I'll tell you
seen.
what I'm gonna do
Yeah,
real quick. I got some solid guys. I got Leon. I got Christian. You three guys are what I consider solid guys that know what they're talking about. We're just gonna do a panel thing real quick, and I'm just gonna
okay.
open this up to all three of you guys, Leon, Christian, and Brian. Let's rock with it. Let's have a conversation real quick. Let's go.
Hey,
Fellas,
what's going on, Chris? What's going on, Leon?
what's going on?
B?
So Brian, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You can
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. It's, like I was saying, it's frustrating because Riley has the tools in the shed. He just won't use it, man. And I agree with you, Jay. Why bring all of these receivers over? Um, the schools that have been the most successful are the ones who open up the NIL bag, because they open it up along the trenches, the defensive line and the offensive line. That's Miami, Oregon, and Ohio State. They've been the most successful. Why go and get all these receivers that you're not going to use?
Bro, and that's the point I was making. You know, we did it. You know, we had Michael Jackson, we had Gary Bryant Jr., we had multiple receivers that were already here. Of course, we brought in Jordan Addison, we brought in Mario Williams. Of course, we still had guys that were still just as effective as those guys, like a Taj Washington. Taj still was that Swiss Army knife that we could use, and that it was actually moving and grooving. And it's like, why stockpile, especially this year? Ross that came from San Jose State, Jay Fair that came from Auburn. Like I take that personally, because those guys, I want to see those guys have successful careers, not just sit on the sideline. Dorian Singer as well, and you got all these guys here. Utilize those guys where they're at. Let them stay where they're at, and there's no disrespect to them, because I think they're good enough players that they could have. Probably all of them could make it to the NFL. Ross is a good receiver. Jaden Richardson, even though he's out of Division III, he's a good receiver. But to bring these guys over here, Kyle Ford, everybody just posted up on the sideline, we could stockpile those and make those for defensive players. I don't get it.
Hey Jay,
Go ahead.
Let me comment on what B said. So in terms of the wide receivers, if you remember, Michael Jackson left, Dorian Singer left. So those wide receivers they brought in this year was because they didn't even have enough wide receivers to run spring practice. If you remember, that's why they're there. And in terms of what Brian is saying, in terms of taking care of the locker room, I would.
Hold on for 1 second. I want to stay right there what you're talking about, because my thing is those guys started on their respective teams, right? So we're not looking. I mean, you don't disrupt a guy, to me, for in his career. Like, I wouldn't want nobody to disrupt me, and I'm not gonna get the player time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, seriously, real talk. Like, I don't want nobody just bringing me over just because I played a position. No, if you got me coming over, I want to play. You feel what I'm saying? Or I could have stayed at San Jose State. Multiple guys come out of San Jose State. Or I could have stayed wherever I was at, Auburn, Jay Fair, Ross, anywhere. But to really have those guys come over, man, to me, I don't like that. You get what I'm saying?
But I agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, we got to remember too, it's not free agency. We didn't go trade for these guys. You guys went in the portal by themselves.
Well, I can. Do you really want me to tell you how the portal works? I'm not gonna go there because I know how it works. I know the background conversation. But all right, yeah.
But check this out though. Look at Jay Fair. Is he better than any of our starting wide receivers? No, he's not. Even his statistics from Auburn, they weren't better than any of our starters. And the guys that we were starting this year, they were backups last year and had better statistics.
So why pursue those guys? That's what I'm saying. Let's focus on the defensive side opposed to the offensive side. That's my point I'm making right now. You get what I'm saying?
I agree, and I think the coaches brought them in. Number one, we didn't have enough people at practice. Number two, if we do lose a Zachariah Branch or a Jacoby to injury or something like that, then you have bona fide guys that can step up and get into those starting positions or backups that can, take those reps. That's why they brought them in. Now, why they're not getting run, that's a coaching thing.
We saw the pattern the year prior, the same thing, and that's why Gary Bryant. That's why Michael Jackson. That's why all these guys. So if you see a pattern, I think we start to see a pattern of some things that are taking place, some ongoing things, and I think those things really need to be addressed. I'm not ignoring them no more. Like I see what it is, and it's like we got man. We keep saying the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and expect the different results. Well, the proof is in the pudding. Like these results this year. Those receivers didn't. Young Tiny, I see you. I got a gang of people on here. I'm gonna have you come on in just a second, and I'm gonna drop one up. But we just got to do things differently, man, because I don't think it's adding to the value of the team and the team success. Like defense needs to be the primary focus right now, and we probably, if you didn't want to utilize Jaden Maiava, you might as well just spend the bag on Cam Ward. I mean,
that's the key problem right there, though, Jay. Is him. This whole season could have been salvaged at around game 4 or 5 if he would just have played Maiava, man. It could have been salvaged. He see it's not working. Everybody see it's not working. This is the lowest point per game total he has ever had, man. And it's because Moss is not his type of quarterback. Plain and simple. Everybody can see that.
I agree with you.
Okay,
I agree with you. I agree with you about playing Maiava, but him having the lowest points total in his career, I don't agree with that part because what's going on now is in the Big 12 there was no defensive competition. In the Pac-12, Riley was not facing top 5 defenses like he's facing now. So you have to take that into account that this year we played like 4 or 5 teams that were top 5 overall. Then Washington was number 1 in pass defense. We wasn't seeing this week to week when he was at Oklahoma. We wasn't seeing this week to week when he was at when we were in the Pac-12.
Well, hold on. Hey, Christian, think about this though. Last year they did tell us, didn't they tell us the Pac-12 last year was the best conference? And Oregon had a decent there were some schools that had. Arizona had a decent defense. I mean, you look what Arizona did to Oklahoma last year, right? Look at what some of the schools, playing last year. I wouldn't knock some of those defenses. I think they were better than what a lot of people gave credit. Utah was a good defense. They were ranked in the top 5 in the country last year, right?
Jay, the reason why people were saying the Pac-12 was the best conference is because the top 5 quarterbacks were all in the Pac-12.
I agree with that. I agree.
Last year.
And to the other point, not only the defense that's being faced, but it's also there's a rule change this year, and it also in playing in Big Ten, you got to get less possessions. So if you're not maximizing the possessions you get, that means less attempts. Not only that, the clock stay running on incompletions and things like that now. So the game is being shortened. So if you're not maximizing each time you got the ball and executing, it's going to be tough to average them same numbers. This is not an excuse or anything, but we should be playing better. Bottom line,
But
and I agree.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Even though the rules have changed, the last two teams we played, they've averaged what 80. They've had about 80 plays. We've left points on the board. We've left points out there on the field. Excuse me. We've left
Absolutely.
several drives. We've left them on the field. I know three in the first half we left on the field. Was it the last game or this game? That could have
I mean,
been
it's every
points.
game. It's
Right.
every game
That's what I'm
that we
saying.
drop the
That's
ball
what
and we don't execute.
That's what I'm saying. So we've gotten inside of the red zone and not executed, and it's plainly is mainly because of we don't have the personnel, the right personnel that we need to have in there. And if you don't, we're not going to put the right personnel in there. Let Woody Moss just run the ball. Just let him run the ball. He could easily be in a Heisman conversation right now if you would have let that kid run the
At,
ball
at, least, at
and,
least,
and,
at
and
least
leaned
a
on
Dope
him.
Walker. At least a Dope
Yeah,
Walker award. I mean,
yeah.
let's get
I
a Dope
I,
Walker award.
I agree 100%. Like if we're having problems pass protecting, I just rewatched the whole Washington game, and the guy on there said, "Man, USC has a big offensive line. They're all 6'4" and above. They're all 310 above. Let's run the ball. Let's just run the ball."
Well, let me. Hey, Luca Evans today he put out a post, and the post, and I got to drop one after this because I got to bring on some other guests. But Luca Evans said, and I want to address one more thing you said earlier, Leon. I want to we were going talking about on Twitter, but Luca Evans said, according to PFF, yesterday was USC's highest grade as it relates to pass protection, giving Miller Moss 3.33 seconds. So that was the most time he's had all year long in the pocket. So we could kind of let's just do away with the we could have ran the ball, but
Right.
he had a lot of time to pass the ball yesterday.
Until that last down on that fourth down.
Well, even with that though, Marks was open in the flat. He ignored Woody Marks in the flat. He had a linebacker that was out there that was defend. Well, that was on the opposite side of the line. But give me Woody Marks in that 1-on-1 any day, and he get that first down. He didn't even look his way.
And one more thing, and Leon, you were saying you were addressing the fact we were talking about on Twitter about Jaden Mayava, and I specifically from coming from somebody close on basically on the team, saying that wasn't the case. Now I know some people reported that about he doesn't know the playbook, Jaden Mayava. That's the reason he's not getting in there. Well, here's my argument to that. I know for a fact that's not true. According to somebody on the team, that's number one, and then number two, to run a quick RPO because he did it before. He did it in the game. He ran one against Utah State. We were about 10 yards out. He ran one, and I think to have a 6'4", 230-pound body, it just makes sense. They know that Miller's not a threat to run, so they
He
crashed.
ran one last week, Jay. He ran one last week against Rutgers and got 15 yards.
And he looked extremely fast. So I think that can eliminate the part that him not knowing the offense.
Hey Jay, I'm about to drop off so you can bring somebody
All right,
else on, but I'm
we'll come
gonna
back on
end
though.
with this. I'm gonna end with this. We don't need to be worried about the recruits right now. We need to be worried about salvaging what we have in the locker room because we still got a lot of young talent that could be back next year, and next year's schedule is favorable. So I'm gonna leave out on that, bro.
All right, big dog. All right, fight on.
Hey Jay, real quick, let me respond to that real quick. You just said. Now, I'm not saying Jaden Mayava doesn't know the entire playbook.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say that, when somebody doesn't know the playbook, there's a ton of stuff that goes in that, which I know you know. Whether
No doubt.
They know all the if you have to change the play at the line of scrimmage and all that kind of stuff. I was just saying what had been reported by somebody who covers the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just responding to it.
Yeah, Mark Copeland said it this morning on his.
Yeah, and I'm shooting that down specifically because somebody that heard that comment, it wasn't from you, Leon. It was from somebody that heard that comment, and somebody from the team basically texted me and said, "Jay, that's not true." And so I'm just responding directly to you, that saying, "Look, inside the locker room, they're telling me that's not true. We saw it in the spring game; he was able to move and groove and do his thing." So
after being there only a week.
Only a week, so I'm shooting that down straight up. So 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 your
And
thoughts on that, Leon?
so so no, listen, I agree with you that he needs to get in the game. I want to know why he's not in the game then.
We
It's
don't.
but
We only Riley know that. We not only Riley and coaching staff know that.
hey, Leon, we are all confused right now. You hear me? Like we all are confused, bro. Like I don't know. I don't
Young
know.
Tiny, what's up, brother?
You're
What's
Tiny, what's
up,
the word?
fam? I'm just waiting. I'm just tapped in. Hey. So look, what's up, fellas? First of all, but let me double down on what Jay just said, because we tapped in through different avenues. My little folks was in that program. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And what Jay saying is true, bro. Bro know the playbook. That ain't the case. So that's false. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's totally false. I agree with what B was saying about the youngsters that we already got on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta take care of the locker room and all that. I agree with that too. We gonna be stressed about recruits, but we can't stress out about it, man. Cause it's a lot of them that still see the potential. It's a lot of them that still, you know what I mean, that know we better than that.
Yep.
It's some
Yep.
that's playing the game though. The way it is now, bro. It ain't no loyalty in this no more. It's they
Nope.
gonna go wherever they feel. You know what I'm saying? I
It-
mean, that's what it is. It's sad. We want people to hold on and stay, but man,
and
they got choices nowadays, and some of the choices might not even be for the reasons that we will think that they gonna stay or want to stay. But it is what it is. So many people in their ear. It's a lot that come to play with that. You know what I'm saying? But I agree though, but I double down with what Jay said. The locker room, what he's saying, that's facts. Bro know what he doing. He could get in there. He know what he ready.
Well, my
man,
thing on my thing on that is even if he just know a fourth of the playbook, that's enough. Get him in
that's
there. Let's see what he got.
yep.
Hey,
Yep,
hey,
that's
We're only
true.
running we're only running a fourth of the playbook because
Hmm.
because we have limited. No, I'm saying we have limited
Hey,
we
hey,
have limited options right now.
we looking
We're
stupid,
not running the full
and
Riley offense because
that's
we
what's
don't
Fact.
have.
oh my god, that's what's so crazy about this.
That's what's
We
crazy.
look super vanilla right now.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. I mean, well, I'm not even gonna say
I,
that,
I don't
but
think I don't think a lot of people like the casual watcher. If you don't haven't played football or coached or been in it, you don't understand how certain plays set up on other plays. It
Exactly.
stacks on top of each other, and without
Exactly.
that threat of the quarterback to keep, it's so many things that open up off the ability of the quarterback to keep on his own read, and also
Hmm.
it opens up so many areas in the field. If you look at it and you understand. I study this because I've been playing football in college and was going into coaching as well. So I studied
Hmm.
the zone read pretty much because I like that offense how Chip Kelly had ran it. And if you notice, people always say, "Well, people know what we're gonna do if Willie Marks is back to the side behind the quarterback, then he's going to run the inside counter zone. If he's next to him, he's going to run the outside. But the
Hmm.
methodology behind the zone read is to do that because what happens is you want the defenders to
yeah,
overcompensate
and
for
then you
that,
can
and
run
they get
something
out their
else.
zone
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
slash them. That's why the
Right.
zone read it's effective. But without
Hmm.
the quarterback keeping the ball or the ends or having to account for them, the ends are just going to keep crashing down like
They gonna
they've
keep
been doing
crashing
all year.
down.
and just like they did with Woody Marks on that fourth down and one, and there was no threat at all. So you know what they did? You saw them both crash in and just smash Woody Marks. Well, in reality, it could have been Jaden Maiava kicking that thing out to the right and just going for the tub, but that
Hmm.
option wasn't there.
I mean, we needed 1 yard. He's 6'4". All he would have to do is lean forward,
That's
Yeah,
it. That's
yep,
it. That's it.
yep.
But
and
they
he
not.
got the
But it's not.
power. So one
But when I
person is not going to bring him down.
right. But when I heard the commentators, I don't know if y'all caught that when he was like, "Oh, here go USC again. They never run on the road," and how they was just speaking on it this before the second half, before we start running again, and they was like, "Oh, USC never run on the road, throwing 40, 50 passes, relying on the passing game." You got Woody Marks, and that's at the same time when they was talking about how big our lineman is and all that. It's like everybody see it, man.
Yeah,
Everybody see it.
But
yep,
to that, I know we only tried 9 times, but in the first half, the offensive line wasn't moving bodies or opening nothing. And a lot of time in the first half, we was behind the sticks because of
Mm-hmm.
pre-snap penalties, because of false starts. So a lot of times we
Mm-hmm.
was going to run the ball. A penalty took us out of it. And when we were running the ball, he was getting hit behind the line. The line didn't pick it up until the second half. And once we came out of the third half, we started having success with running it. He ran it. We got three runs on the 3 yard line. At that point, the line got to man up. They got to move somebody. They got to open the hole. Here's the thing. As a coach, my philosophy is when it comes to running the ball, I want to run the ball when I want to run the ball, and I want to run the ball when you don't want me to run the ball. When you know I'm running the
Mm-hmm.
ball, that's when you know you got a physical offensive line because that's what it takes. That they know we're gonna run the ball, but they can't stop us, and that's what we got to get.
Hey,
That's
Jay,
real.
I got Gary drop off real quick, but let me just say something about recruiting again. I agree with B and I agree with T. Listen, we cannot worry about the recruits. We have a lot of talent in that defensive and offensive room. We,
Absolutely.
we just need to take care of the scrimmage, whether we get to a transfer portal or what have you. But let's worry about the guys we got on the team. And for those players who want to decommit, trust me, they were going to decommit regardless if we won or lost. So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good, man. This is actually Cam Fountain mom. She was texting me and she's trying to see if she was getting ready to come on. Uh, yeah. So man, any thoughts, man? I came on to talk about a tweet that she put out. She said she just landed. Let me see if she gonna get ready and come on. But yeah, she put out a tweet. And before you go, Leon, give me your thoughts on what she said. 2D commitments. You can pretty much, I know who they are, but I gave my word, but you can pretty much almost think about who they are. But two of them coming, possibly coming. Not Dwayne Morris, the one who I put out a video, man. So what do you guys? I know you said don't worry, but what are your thoughts on that? Just hearing that initial news.
I actually responded to her tweet, and I know Cardi Smith is the one that I thought was one of the O linemen parent that she talked to who was going to decommit, and he seemed kind of flaky anyway. Um, and I think I know who the other one is, but I ain't gonna say the name either. It is what it is. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think we should be worried about these commitments. It's November. We got to worry about the next game and worry about the people who are in the locker room, man. If you want to get down with USC and you see what the defensive coaches are doing, you see that we're about to have 1,000-yard rusher and Marks and the talent that we have. Rock with us. If you don't, we'll see you on the field. Period.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I'm
I
gonna
guess
tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys like I say all the time. And then Christian, you go ahead. I'm gonna rock with them whether we have 2 wins, 1 win, 3 wins, or
All right.
14 wins. I mean, look, man, this is really all I know. Like I told you guys before, my grandma watched USC football every Saturday, man. Have a paper, some coffee, and post it up. This is all I know. You feel me? So I'm not going nowhere. It's frustrating because I didn't think we would be back here again. You feel me? Like we invested too much money in the defensive staff, and that's a whole nother story. How do you guys? I really feel like, and I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. I feel like it's not fair to the defensive staff. Now, contrary to what a lot of people think, and a lot of people say, our defense they only allowed 6 points in the second half yesterday. And so my thing is that from what they
off an
have to work
interception.
off an intercept. And so for what they have to work with right now, multiple guys, starters out, Anthony Lucas, even Bear. Bear was effective regardless of what he lost in the sauce individual had to say about him. He was still effective. But my thing is, for what they have to work with, I think, and we always said that we could just hold teams under 25 points, we straight. But we can't
Yep.
score like that.
You can't score like that.
So it's unfair to the defensive staff. What you guys think?
I agree. I feel like we brought in this loaded defensive staff. We finally getting it together after everybody was complaining about the boy for the last couple seasons. You know what I mean? We got these, and the fact of the matter is, these dudes is gonna get job offers other places eventually. You know what I'm saying? They're that elite. You know what I mean? Like literally, they're that elite from Ints to whoever. You know what I mean? So I feel like you, Jay. I feel like I don't want to feel like we wasting having them, but it's like if we not complimenting them now, where the quote unquote problem the past 2 seasons was allegedly the defense, then it's like it just I don't know, bro. It's kind of shaky, man.
It's
Yeah.
I don't- and and I know the defensive staff is disappointed. I don't think they're gonna be so quick to jump ship in their first year,
Mhm.
because they can see what we see, and they
Yeah.
understand we one player away, we one key player away. That if we get that guy, that it is going to be totally different. And as of right now, I haven't heard anything about us losing that next guy.
Mhm.
Uh, but in their head, they thinking that guy is coming, and we one position away, and we
But
can
but
we
Christian,
can
is it
keep
really
the
one key player away though, bro? Like,
I we. So I'm telling you this: if we would have hit on Cam Ward, we wouldn't be even be having these
Hey,
conversations
and I'm
right
gonna
now.
say, Young Tony, I agree with him on that because if we had a Cam Ward, the way our
oh
defense
yeah,
is
yeah,
playing,
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
No, I agree.
I think that's what he mean by one
Okay.
player. I would agree with that because
Yeah, I agree.
the quarterback make everything go around, and I think our defense is good enough. We holding everybody to 25 points. Cam Ward's gonna put us up to a 40-point game. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. I wasn't hearing that right, but yeah, I'm in total agreement with that. If we have Cam Ward, that's that one player, totally different get down. So yeah, I feel you, Christian, bro.
Hey
You
Jay,
Yeah.
right. You
hey,
The
right.
one thing I say, uh, to Leon and everyone else that came on, right, and about recruiting, and we can't worry about recruitment. We got to worry about the next game and people that's there. Uh, I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree. We don't coach for USC. USC coaches need to worry about the next game and people there. As a fan, I have more than the right to be worried about the future and losing recruits and what's coming and what's coming. I don't have to game plan for next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to make adjustments for the practice. So I have every right to be concerned with it. And in case he's on or his mom on, I just want to make a claim right now. Juju, we want you. We don't want you to leave. Come on. You go to
Hmm.
Absolutely,
Colorado. You go to
absolutely.
Colorado. You
Absolutely.
losing Travis. You losing Travis Hunter. You losing what's number 5 Junior. You losing Junior. You losing
Yep.
all that and that offensive line. Talk to Shador. He's been taking a beating. So
And
come on.
Chador, while, and to Christian's point, Chador, while he's not just what we consider a dual threat, he's a guy for Kansas City. He improvises.
He improvises. Yeah.
Yeah, he improvises. He's able to move and groove. And so, look, it's a lot of guys that's going to be gone. And at the end of the day, look, in spite of what everybody thinks, and in spite of how lost to the sauce Coach Riley temporarily looks, I still believe in him. Once he gets the
Me
right
too.
quarterback in his system, I
Me
believe
too.
in him. I mean, but I don't understand. I don't understand why. Something is going on. I don't know. I
hey,
can't even
hey,
explain it.
hey, Jay, let me tell you something. If Juju don't want to go play for Colorado, do you want to go play in the Big 12 against inferior competition in Colorado, or do you want to come play for USC in the Big 10 in the media capital of the world in Los Angeles?
But
And real
everyone keeps
quick,
saying. But everyone keeps saying Colorado. My biggest fear is Indiana.
Indiana. Huh.
Indiana has the coach that, like he said, Google me. He wins everywhere. He turns every program around. Look what he's doing in Indiana in year one. They're not playing a tough
Hmm.
schedule, but everybody they play, they're dominating. It ain't no close game. They
Right.
they they dominated, and he's going to He's going to Indiana next. He's been in talk with Indiana a long time. So it's not even Colorado. My biggest fear is that he flips to Indiana.
hey, I'm dropping off, Jay, but real
Hey,
quick, I'm gonna this
I
one. I'm gonna
appreciate
drop off.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, there's a rumor out there that DJ Lagway, and I'm gonna
Man,
leave it at that.
look, man. Yeah, I know the room. Somebody told me, really, bro. I mean, really, bro. Leon,
Hey,
talk
I'm
to me.
being like everybody else and starting rumors too.
Leon. That right there. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
So
Hey,
here's the thing about Lagway.
I love
Lagway is
Lagway.
not. Yeah, but he's not leaving Florida. Florida coach is not going to get fired,
No, no.
Even though they're losing, the way they've been playing. Yesterday they had to play with a third string quarterback against Georgia and pretty much took them down to the wire. Lagway blew out his hamstring, and they were winning that game before Lagway went out. And so they see what Napier is doing. I mean, ever since the Miami game, Florida has been playing absolutely better. They
Well,
lost to LSU
hey,
and Tennessee at the
before
last
you,
game, so he's not getting fired. So
yeah,
he's not
before,
getting fired, and Lagway's not leaving.
Hey,
hey, and
Kristen, I
before he
live in
got hurt.
Florida. I live in Florida. I got some people up there. There's a lot of talk, bro, about that coach being
Oh,
fired.
okay.
Well, look, before he got hurt yesterday, DJ Lagway was literally, I mean, he was balling out.
Killing Georgia.
Third,
Killing
yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was destroying. But I personally don't see that happening. I don't.
I'm just
But
starting rumors, man. But listen, y'all take it easy, man. Appreciate
hey,
y'all, man.
I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate you for tapping in, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Leon.
Fight on.
Fight on. All right, fellas. So yeah, man. That's what we anybody else who wants to tap in, man. Young Tiny, anything else you want to, I'm gonna put that link in the chat right now. We initially came on to talk about the tweet that was put out. Of course, I want to talk about the coaching staff and the defensive staff, but the tweet that was put out about Mama K about 2 possible decommits coming. I heard 4 days from now we should see the first one drop. I'm just gonna give you that little nugget real quick. The 4 days from now we should see the first recruit drop. Supposedly decommitment come. So
I heard a potential third too, but
yeah.
I don't like to, I'm like you, I don't like to really speak, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I don't like
what it
to.
is.
I don't like to, man. But I'm to the point now where these other individuals are trying to discredit the brother. So I got to put out.
all the time.
I get all the info. I get the info. I'm going 100 now, man. I'm putting foot all the
For
way on
real.
the gas. I'm gonna start just putting it out there with the
For
information
real.
I be getting. No more holding it back.
I've been rocking. I rock with you, fam. So you already know what it is,
Yeah,
Hey,
no doubt.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, Jay? Way back early in the season when you was calling for Maeva, right?
Yeah,
Well, one of them had an issue with it
they was taking
because of
shots
the
at
bear,
me. Yeah,
because of the bear situation. But now he's saying the same thing. It's time the Miller process is over. It's time to put my. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait
hey,
a minute.
he lost in the sauce, bro. Let me take this other one real quick. Y'all can hold tight if you want to.
All right, bet.
Hey, KW, what's up, bro? KW, can you hear
What's
me?
up, man?
How you doing?
Everybody freaking out again?
No,
I hear
nobody.
you. I can hear
We
you.
not.
You hear me?
We're not freaking
hear
out.
me?
We just discussing. Yeah, I can hear you
Come
loud
on.
and clear.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nobody's freaking out.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of we discussing some of the matters. I don't know how long you've been listening, but we kind of been discussing a couple of things. There was a tweet that was put out by Mama K, Cam Fountain's mom, that everybody's talking about. It's all over Twitter and talking about 2 possible decommitments coming. But look, we're gonna suffer whatever we suffer and deal with what we got to deal with, and just hopefully we can keep this class, most of it together, and then like Christian was saying, let's focus on the guys that we got here. So that's kind of the way we're moving and grooving right now.
Yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, all you can do is just prepare for the next game and try to improve, because that's all you're really playing for at this point. The class is going to be what's it going to be, because people are going to decommit anyway. So, and people are going to come in there are going to be people that come in that we don't know about. So that's part of the whole thing. But I think it's just that it's the frustration of how the season is going, how certain players are playing, and all that stuff will breed, some just panic. But like I told you, people that run at this point they're Fairweather fans, so I can't rock with them. I rock with USC. I don't care. It is what it is. I grew up in Inglewood. I know where exactly what I'm about. So I didn't rock with UC. I rock with USC. So that's how I always looked at it. So I'm not tripping. I'm frustrated, not tripping.
Yeah.
And I think,
Hey, go ahead. I gotta call Cam's mom real quick. She texted me. You guys go ahead real quick.
I think the good thing is with recruiting, and let's make this clear: every offensive recruit that has committed, we want you. We don't want you to decommit. We want you to stay. We want you to be a part of the program. But an outliner to that is the defensive kids see the vision, and we're not losing. We're not losing the defensive players.
To the YouTube,
and I think the defensive players, we need to address that more than anything. So that's I'm happy about that. I don't want to lose none of our offensive commits. But if we start losing defensive commits too, that's when we're in real trouble. But I'm glad that the defensive commits, they see what the coaching staff doing. They want to be coached by, and they believe. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully in the portal,
because I know you
we
were
can
on.
hit and actually get offense of what we need, line
Okay,
play, possible, you know what I'm saying, quarterback. We want all our offense
okay.
commitments
All
the
right, I'm about
same.
to put it in the
But
chat right
if
now
defense
for you.
start, if the
When you
defense
see the
commits,
link,
we start losing
you see
them.
that in my name.
That's when we're in big trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more. It's also a depth issue for us. You know, we still haven't
Right.
acquired the depth, especially on the D line and on offensive line. But a lot of that stuff is youth. So a lot of this stuff is going to be going. You can't, just automatically put somebody in. It worked with the transfer portal for that 1 year, but you can't do that to build a program. You can't do that every year. So I think it's one of those things where it's a depth issue, and that's part of it. But that's not really the main thing with this team to me. It's just more like the growth and being able to close. That's what it is, and that's the coach. That's part of the coach, and that's part of the players. They both deserve equal amounts of heat. So if Lincoln's gonna get heat, there's certain players that got to get heat for not doing certain things that they should be doing. Because he can only put you in position. That's all he can do. And then if you don't do
Right.
what you supposed to, do, you keep repeating the same mistake. What can you say at that moment? At some point I can't give you a pass.
But here's what I would say. If we wasn't saying if we took the name off the helmet, right, and I
Right.
explained to you what was going on as far as up every game in the fourth quarter, not blowout in a close game, right? And I
Right.
told you every situation of every game where we have the ball and we can't score, we throw an interception, missed field goals, or one bad assignment on defense and somebody break, and we can't close out the game. If I told you that, or someone told me that, the first thing, and they said, "What's wrong with this team?" The first thing I would say is what you said. They haven't learned how to win, but the first thing I would say is, sounds like a young team. Sounds like an inexperienced young team, and
Yes.
that's exactly what we are this year.
Agree.
We're inexperienced, talented,
I
but
agree.
inexperienced and young on offense. Right? Three seniors, two linemen, that seniors, a running back. First year starter quarterback, all receivers, two sophomores who didn't see the field that much last year. Right? Defensively, we know where we're at. We're playing all our young red shirts and all that due to injury and where we're at. And it's a I hate to say it, but it's a growing pain year. They're learning. A lot of times you have to fail to succeed. And so through going through this, that's where I wanted to pull out that Washington game. I had told Jay, I was like, man, we pull
Yeah.
this game out, it's gonna be a morale booster. It's gonna be a
I agree.
something for them to learn from, to learn how to win. Like, so when you're a young team, you have to go through growing pain. Look at how many teams have been terrible the year before, right? That's been young. And then they come back the next year and they have great seasons because they went through that year before and people were able to get that experience. Our
Hey,
depth
no,
issue is
you kind
like
of you kind of you kind of break.
like I said, it's three. I'm sorry. I said our depth issue is due to what Riley inherited. I mean, we didn't have no offensive linemen on the horizon. That's why they're all sophomores and freshmen. Redshirt sophomores and true freshmen. Look at it. We don't have no juniors and seniors that's back up. It's because Clay Helton left them
Yeah.
with an empty garage. You know what I'm saying? As far as everything, and to build and to get dealt, I know we don't want to be patient, and but it takes 2 to 3 top 10 classes. That's what it takes to get that depth. And you look at the portal. That first year we had a magical portal. We haven't had a portal like that since then, and it's not lack of effort. It's not failure in effort. It's failure in execution
Hey,
because we got an offensive tackle from Florida, then he ended up not being able to play, right? Because due to a medical condition, like they never seen the field. Last year, we tried to get offensive linemen, and we couldn't get him. We got a defensive lineman from Texas A&M. He ended up leaving because of NIL issues. Never even started spring ball. We tried to get more defensive players and things like that. We even tried to get quarterbacks, and we just missed. So it's not a failure in effort; it's a failure in execution for whatever reason. If it's due to NIL, if it's due to coaching can't get them to buy in, but the effort is there. They tried to address these issues, but for every reason in the portal, these individuals chose to go elsewhere. Even
hey,
one after committing.
hey, fellas, hold on for 1 second. I gotta drop a few out because I got too many coming in, and I got Cam Fountain's mom getting ready to try to log on here just for a minute, and then I got another guest. So I'm gonna drop
All right,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gone.
drop it.
I'm gone. I'll let you get some more on. Appreciate you, Jay.
Do your thing,
Hey,
Jay. Do your thing. I'll
oh
be
yeah.
tapped in the chat, loved ones. Do
Hey,
your
no
thing.
doubt. Hey, fight on,
Pre-
Phil. Hey, KW. Hey, I definitely appreciate you coming in, man. There is Uncle Boom. What's the word? Uncle Boom, can you hear me?
Oh, yo, what's good?
Hey, man, talk to me, man. What's the word?
Hey, man, you know what?
All right, man. I'll
Hey,
tap out.
Christian,
How you
Okay,
doing,
Christian
bro?
Ragland,
hey, I appreciate you, fam. All right, Uncle Boom, what's the word?
you know what? Everything Christian Ragland said was pretty much everything I was gonna say. You know what? We're a young team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And the losses that have happened this year are attributed to a young team playing. You know, young teams don't typically win either in high school, in college, or the NFL. They got to get some type of experience under their belts, for them, to go forward and learn and know what not to do in certain situations.
right.
So I really agree with a lot of what Christian Ragland said. He was hitting a lot of points on the head. Um, but as far as Lincoln Riley and coaching concerned, it's kind of been throwing me off as far as just the way he's been coaching. This entire year, to be honest with you, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's throwing
Hey,
off a
well,
lot of.
hey, I need you hold tight for a minute. Let me
Go
get
ahead,
Mama K because she's walking through the airport real
go ahead.
quick.
Hey y'all,
Ma-
hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. How
Okay,
you doing?
I'm good. I'm getting through this airport, but I had to say this because this is so much going on. Let me say this.
I know, I
Okay,
know.
everybody needs to understand what we be seeing as parents when our boys be losing these games and when certain things be going certain ways. Then you also got to remember the parents that's the kids coming out of high school, they looking at all this and they get discouraged. So
Right,
it's up to us parents and people that know the recruits to try to still tell them the fundamental part or
right.
the main part of football and recruiting process. It ain't about who losing. It ain't about none of that. It ain't about it's about your future, what you're trying to
Facts.
get, what you're trying to get out of it. It ain't about just playing no basketball, football. Football gonna be there. That's gonna
Hey,
be there.
and Mama K, that's what me and you was talking about earlier. Now, we're not without mentioning any teams. A lot of people were on Twitter. They responded to your tweet that you put out about the decommitments
Oh
and
my God. It's
hey,
this my tweet then went all over the place. So let
oh,
me clear that up.
it went viral. But look,
Listen.
here's the thing. Me and you talking about the importance of certain
Mm-hmm.
teams. Like they're gonna be losing a lot of players, and so they got to look at the whole thing and realize that look, we're building something here. Yes, we got our
Mm-hmm.
growing pains, but at the same time, we are establishing the foundation right here.
Yep. Our class that's coming in hard. Our class that's coming in is gonna be the direct truth. But the boys gotta trust the process. That is something I drill in Cameron head. Trust the process. Don't get caught up in the hype. It's so much hype going on because we got our little issues going on. So these coaches is piggybacking off of that and throwing it in these recruit faces. But again, that's where us parents come in
Right,
at, and
right.
that's where your team and your real people come in behind you and let you know, like, hey, don't let them tell you the same thing they told 20 other different kids. Don't let them
Absolutely.
sit there and tell you they gonna have this going on. We in a situation we in, you gotta believe in who you going to and believe in what you going for. If you going for any other purpose, it ain't about the team and what we got going on. It's you as a person that just don't have that right mentality of going for the right reason anyway. So before everybody put words in my mouth on Corday and Juju, I simply said I talked to some of the parents, and y'all have no idea how many parents reach out to me and ask me questions. I guess because I'm so vocal and I do be saying a lot on Twitter, but that don't mean you can't just pinpoint to because it's a lot of kids that didn't committed, and it's a lot of parents that's looking, and it's a lot of parents that's not happy. But at the same time, a person like me is gonna tell you about the program. I'm not gonna sit there and be talking about no coaches because talk league coaches be tripping, middle school coaches be tripping. you gonna go through that stage, but it's up to us. And so I just want everybody to just calm down. We
For
all know
real.
what the issue
Yeah.
is. We all know
Yep.
what the problem is. We know it. We just gotta
Every,
hope that that part get in the bud.
absolutely.
We
And
do
look, the
it.
defense is not the problem. Let's just put that out there right now.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the coach. Trust. They just gotta trust. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, I don't know if you heard me, but the
I don't know if
defense,
I
we
can.
know.
Oh shoot! I forgot I had my earbud in. Hold on.
No,
Let
you
me take
good.
that out. Wait a minute.
I can hear you real good.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
had it in
yeah.
my hand.
No, but what I was saying is the defense, we know, is not the problem. The defense is
Nope.
holding their own. They're getting stopped. So we're not gonna put that out there with
Nope.
everybody know, but we know what it is. And so, Mama K, I appreciate you. I know you coming from Washington. I was supposed to be connected with you. We were gonna we were gonna hang out, but I was lost in the sauce with the fight. But I definitely appreciate you though.
Well, we got other games coming up, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
definitely see you there.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No
And
doubt.
we're gonna get the rest of it. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get
Absolutely.
it together.
So look, stay blessed. We appreciate you for tapping in for a minute and get safely home. I know that
All
Atlanta
right.
airport is off the chain. It's
Oh
crazy.
my
I hate that
God,
airport.
it is crazy.
That
Let me
airport is
find
crazy.
comparison.
Yeah, I've been
It's
there. All right. Hey, well, stay blessed. Hey, I appreciate
okay.
you.
All
All
right.
right.
Appreciate
All
you
right,
later.
Fido. All right, Uncle Boom. My bad, man. I
No,
appreciate
no,
you
it's
for
all
holding
good.
up.
It's all
So
good.
so yeah, man. What were you saying?
But like I said, I agree with everything Christian Ragland said. He was hitting everything on the head. As far as us being a young team, we are a young team. We have a young offensive line, despite um, Pregnon and Monheim. We got a young Elijah Page. We have a young Alani Noah. I think Mason Murphy, he's a redshirt junior or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's still young. He's still learning. But as the season has gone on, the offensive line has improved. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we play. They've improved, and they haven't been letting as many pressures get to Miller Moss as in the beginning of the season
Yeah.
against the other teams. But at the end of the day, Riley's coaching has been a little head scratching this entire year. But other than that, people got to remember he's only had 2 full recruiting classes since he's been here. The first recruiting class that he had was only around 12 kids. The last 2 have been full, and now we're getting ready to pull another full recruiting class in. And remember, this is Riley's first time actually building a program. What he inherited at Oklahoma
That's fact.
was
Big
a
fact.
Bob Stoops built offense and a Bob Stoops built defense. And whoever ran the defense over after Bob Stoops left ran their defense into the ground, which is Alex Grinch and somebody else. But we have to give Lincoln Riley a little bit of grace. This is his first time actually building a major program. And I think a lot of people forget about that as well. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear about it, but it's the truth. It took Pete Carroll 3 years to get USC off the ground when he first got here.
Yeah.
It took Nick Saban 3 years to get LSU, and it took Nick Saban to get Alabama 3 years off of the ground when he first got to those schools. So we have to be able to be a little bit more graceful. I know we want to keep up with the Joneses as USC fans, but we have to understand there are levels to recruiting, and there are levels to playing this game of football. And I think we are on the right track. We just can't be so microwave in our feelings and emotions about we want the team to win now because that's what we want, and we're trying to hate on everybody else as winning. We can't do that.
No
You know what I
doubt.
mean?
And I agree with you. And just to keep it a little transparent and keep it a little real on that aspect, it is frustrating on all fronts. But I'm still not ready to say let's fire Riley. I see all on Twitter everybody saying fire Riley. To me that's not realistic just
No,
because of the fact that I just want him to be
There's
the old
nobody
Riley.
else out there.
No,
There's nobody else out there.
I just want him to be the old Riley. Like, come out wherever you are. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm asking for because I believe in the defensive coaching staff. I know that Lincoln Riley get the right personnel that he wants, specifically quarterback, because that makes everything go round. I
Yep.
think that he's going to be back to the guy that we know as Lincoln Riley. I'm not ready to say fire Lincoln Riley because that's
No.
essentially going to start us. That's going to set us way back, all
Yep.
the way back, and we're going to have to try to, well, I'm not going to say that, but yeah. Anybody had anything else you wanted to
Just
say on that?
one more thing. People, USC fans cannot compare Lincoln Riley to Clay Helton. Clay Helton inherited a Steve Sarkisian recruited football team. He had a Steve Sarkisian recruited football team that he inherited. And he essentially only won a Rose Bowl with it and did nothing else significant after that.
No, yeah, we lost some critical. We lost against Iowa. We're in the bowl game. We lost against we beat Nebraska,
Wisconsin.
right? No, we beat Nebraska, but we lost against Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, and we had
and those
ballers.
teams were loaded. Those
Yeah,
teams were
loaded. Yeah.
We had Damian Mama, we had Zach Banner, we had Toa Lebanon, we had Damian Mama. We had 4 beasts on the offensive line. And you mean to tell me we couldn't do
Didn't we have Elijah Vera Tucker too?
We had Elijah Vera Tucker
yeah,
as well.
Man, we had some ballers, man. So yeah, it's like yeah, we got to put everything in its proper perspective. And now I will say this: next year, yeah, if it doesn't work out, yeah, the eye's gonna be on him. But I think that's why I was saying we need to give him a little grace this one more year. I don't like it. I don't understand why we keep doing the same thing. I don't get that. It's something I don't know. But
hey, yesterday during the first half of the game, Woody Marks only having 8 carries in the first half was criminal. He should have at least had 15 touches in the first half, and I guarantee you the game turns out differently.
Fact.
But I totally agree with that. But I keep thinking that everyone is missing what was going on in the first half, right?
Exactly.
We jumped out. We were down 10-0. And we came out. We tried to run the ball. We tried to run the ball, and the line wasn't moving anybody. We wasn't getting anything. And before you looked up, we were down 10-0, and we were starting 1st and 15 due to false starts or other crazy penalties like that, getting behind the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we started running the I don't know what happened in the second half. The second half, we just came out firing on all cylinders with running. I don't know, and it's like we kept doing it. So the only thing I would say,
we play one half of football. Either we play a good first half, a bad second half, or we play a good a bad first half and a good second half. That's what we've been doing all year.
Here's the thing, though, Christian. I think the way we started in the second half, we should have started like that in the first half.
We should have.
Why couldn't we start like that in the first half? That's what I'm talking about.
If we go down 10-0, it doesn't matter. You still could have ran the ball.
Yeah, that's what I say. Start like the way we started in the second half, in the first half, and we noticed this. You guys remember early on in the season, a lot of people saying USC's a second half team. Why? Because we come out there and do something totally different. Why not start like that in the first half? That's what I'm saying.
Being down 10-0 shouldn't compromise running the ball. Being behind the chains, do the false starts and all that, that's different. I get that part. But being down 10-0 respectfully shouldn't stop us from running the ball. That's plenty of time, especially when we got confidence in our defense like we do this year, you know. But I want to touch base on what Mama K said. She's such a real one, Mama K.
Yeah, she's a super real
one. And what she said, bro, what she said about the recruits, they family and they team, and staying the course and knowing what you're committed for was spot on. You know what I'm saying? Like where's the family and the support system at? You know what I'm saying? We dealing with teenagers, you know what I mean? That's not even came to their own yet. That's getting so much attention and dealing with
different level of teenager at that.
Exactly. You know,
but it was to what you were saying earlier, though, Young Tiny, about, I think it was you that said it. We're dealing with a whole different. It's a whole different. We're dealing with bags and just all kinds of influences, agents that selfish, you know, just really directing these guys in the wrong way.
Directing them in the wrong way. You got to have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the right people around you, whether it's counsel that way, whether it's family, friends. you got to have the right people around you, man. And I
Facts.
Yeah,
see it. I got little cousins that's top recruits coming up. I got little folks on the program right now there, and I see it. I see the game is different from when me and you was playing,
yeah,
Jay. Back
yeah,
when I was being recruited with Jay walking them, you know, because I'm
yeah,
from that era. I'm from that
yeah,
era.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Herschel
remember. I
Dennis,
remember. I
Winston
remember.
Justice, and all them.
I remember
That's
when.
my
I remember when you
yeah.
was on here with Jaywalk and
Yeah,
you did you call in? Wait, how'd you come in? I'm trying to remember.
we was on. I came on, and y'all put me on. And Jay Walk,
That's
soon as he
right.
see
That's
me,
right.
soon
Yeah,
Jay Walk see me, he was like, and yeah, bro, like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I remember being out there
yeah,
with you and you know, Fargus, Justin Fargus pulling up in that limo, and you know, with her HD and all them, Winston Justice, Marquis White, all
yeah,
them. Like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that's my era. You know what I mean? That's my
yeah,
era. But yeah, but nah, it's a different game. It's a different game. It's a different game. And
yeah.
these
No,
kids, that representation, man, and is that matters. Family and all that, that matters. You
Hey,
know
I
what
got a
I mean?
question. I
absolutely.
got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all. When it comes to Lincoln Riley's play calling, do you think he could use Zachariah Branch in a whole completely different way than just a slot receiver?
Absolutely. I think you could use them a little bit. They had him sometimes like out of the backfield. It just kind of depends. But Lincoln Riley, he's been creative before, and we just not seeing the creativity that he's known for. But yeah,
Hmm.
you can use them different ways. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm just feeling the way Makai Lemon is looking right about
But
now.
that same role, and I respect that and hear you, Jay, and I feel the same way. Makai Lim is a baller, but that same role, them drags and them delayed drags and all that, that's how we was using Branch last year. I mean,
I
so
don't.
it's like
It's
it
weird,
seemed
man.
like
I don't know. It's backwards. It's backwards.
it's
It's very backwards.
backward,
It's
you know?
backwards because
Yep.
they got Zachariah Branch trying to go up there and get 50-50 balls like he's Jacoby Land
Yeah, like
Can't
it's
do
just
that.
it's weird.
or Deuce
Can't do that.
Robinson jump balls, and why are we throwing it to a 5'9", 5'10" guy? It makes no sense. I
It
don't
just
know.
makes no sense. So I feel
I don't
like he
know.
catch a lot of flack because of course he gonna run the routes that they call. But I
And there's a
can't
couple
say he
times he
can't
was
put
open
that
though.
on him.
It's a
Yeah.
couple
Man,
times I
but
saw him open though. He was in the backfield. I think I saw it last week. Shotguns from 24/7 Sports. He was lined up in the backfield and he went straight up the middle. And Miller looked over to the right at Woody Marks, and Zachariah Branch was wide open. And I don't think he sees him sometimes. And that's real
and
talk.
Hmm.
this is what I'm saying, not to talk bad about anybody. Them passes to Zach Branch that we saying are 50-50 balls, that's not play calling, that's not Zach Branch. That's on the pass.
That's on the
When
Yeah,
a
pass.
wide
I
receiver,
agree.
that's not meant to be a 50-50 ball. That's meant for Zach Branch to stretch the field to use his speed to beat the defender.
yeah, yeah.
When you have a step on your defender, you don't throw a back shoulder or a jump ball. You lead him.
Pass.
You
You
lead
And
him.
lead
so
Yeah,
him.
many
yeah.
and so many balls are being underthrown, and we're saying, why is he throwing the jump ball, the 50-50 ball to Zach Branch? Zach Branch has a step on him. I mean, we seen it against Maryland. We had 4 or 5 receivers that was underthrown that had the step. You
I
don't
agree
throw
with
the
you.
jump ball or a back shoulder every time. So it's not on Branch and it's not on the play call or the positioning. It's
It's
on the
not.
pass.
It's on the
Yep.
pass.
It's on the
Yep.
pass.
Absolutely. I agree. I give you that one, Christian. I totally agree with you because I remember specifically
Deuce
there's
Robinson.
and just think, I said it last night.
Yep.
If we let's just keep 100, the LSU game, if Kyron Hudson doesn't look like Gumby contorting his body, you know what I mean, doing all this type of stuff, you know, that ball might have been intercepted. I mean, because he went all the way around, he did the incredible Gumby type move. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
That goes back respectfully to the Louisville to the bowl game. It was
there
the
was some
same.
there was
Some
a
of
Yep.
those
couple.
passes was just our receivers made good plays. I'm keeping it
Yep.
real.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
Real
said
talk.
yesterday. I went back and I reflected. Those were 50-50 balls. That touchdown against Louisville where Jacoby Lane jumped up, that was a 50-50 ball that Jacoby Lane made an incredible play on, man. And like you say, Tiny, I feel you. I feel you. I had to reflect back. I reflected back.
Yeah.
Look, man, hey, all of us are doing some brainstorming right now on account of these losses right now. And now we're kind of examining this thing.
I'm
I hope
examining.
I hope Lincoln doing the
But
same thing, man.
but check this out, Jay. They call 50-50 ball for a reason. That means half the time it go your way, and the other half it don't go your way, and it's not
Exactly.
going our way. And
Yeah.
it's not going. It's not going our way. And let's be honest, because I have a pretty good memory. And when Jay came on in August and said, "Hey, is this really a QB battle?
They
Is it
talk,
that close?" And
yeah,
everybody was getting on to him, and
it
me
was,
and Jay was
yeah.
like, "No, we think
Mm-hmm.
it is close. We think it is close." And we talked about that. We talked about the Louisville game and said, all his stuff was 50-50 ball. He threw a bad interception on
Mm-hmm.
the goal line, but all of them was 50-50. And so we had reservations about it,
Yep.
but we said we gonna trust Riley to
Mm-hmm.
play the best player. But what we
Hey,
also said
Christian.
is,
Hey, Christian. He also threw a 99-yard 100 yard pick six
yeah,
in that
Yep,
same
that
and
same pick. That same pick.
yeah, but what we all said is that we trust Riley
yeah.
and he's gonna be on the what we're confused about, and I know what Jay is confused about because we had this conversation on this chat when everybody was getting on the Jay about saying it's a two quarterback battle. Is that we didn't know for sure about Miller Moss. We had some reservation about it, but what we said is we trust Riley. Riley will
Mm-hmm.
play the best quarterback, but he will be on a short leash. That it'll be a
Right.
Caleb Spencer Rattler situation.
I
So
was
that's what
right
we
there
are
with y'all.
confused.
I remember that.
Uh,
I remember that.
so Jay, that's what we're confused about today. Where's that short? What happened to that short leash that the Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams was on? And that's what I think all the fans are confused about. Because we're saying, okay, we tried the Moss project. We all said this coming into it. We wasn't 100% sure about it, but we thought at some point, if it wasn't working, that Riley would pull the plug and give Miva a chance. And we're not seeing that. And that's what got everybody saying, why is Miva not getting shot?
Hey, Christian, I can understand if the man, the guy, the kid wasn't recruited. Like Georgia wanted him, national championship team wanted him, and you telling me that he's not? Come on, man, that is not adding up, man, at all.
It's not.
If
And what's
Georgia,
not adding up is my eyes and what I've seen him do at UNLV,
that,
watching
no,
live
Mm-hmm.
footage and watching film.
exactly, exactly.
That's
It's
what's
not
not
adding.
adding up.
It's not adding. And everybody was like, they was like, his IQ's not there. His interceptions to QB ratio right now. Well, I think we're right around 9 right now with Miller, and Jaden Maava was at 10 on the year, and the season,
With more touchdowns. With more
yeah, with
touchdowns.
more touchdowns. So the
More
season's
With
not
less
touchdowns.
over,
talent.
and there's no
With less
knocking him.
talent.
But that was the excuse that everybody was trying to give. Like that excuse is out the window. You might as well
With far
just
with far
throw
less
that out
with
the
far less talent.
And
window.
when it was supposedly a quarterback battle, right? The census was that he was picking up the playbook. That was one of the main reasons. He's bonding with his receivers. You get what I'm saying? But now it's
Yep.
he don't know the playbook, and man, come on with
Man,
all that, man.
they
Come on
lost in
with
the
come on with all that, man.
they lost in barbecue sauce. I'm telling you straight up, they are lost in barbecue sauce, and I'm not feeling that, man. But anyway, I'm gonna shut this, man. It's an hour and 12. But anyway, Uncle Boom, anything else you have to say, man, before we get up out of here?
Hey, I think he got one more year to prove himself, and then after year 4, if year 4 does not go
Agree.
better, then I think there's going to be a problem.
I agree.
Agree.
I totally agree. But I think we need to give him that grace this year. And
Hmm.
hey,
Most definitely.
right on, man. Shout out to you, Colorado Buff fan. Hey, shout out to you too, fam. Yeah, I agree, man. So look, I appreciate you tapping in, man. Until later on, I appreciate you, fam.
Appreciate
Fight
y'all.
on, man. All right. Hey, so
Yes,
look,
sir.
fellas, I'm about to get out of here. I'm getting myself together for Monday. Prepare my video.
Hmm.
Look, it don't stop, man. We keep this thing
Don't
moving and
stop.
grooving.
We
But
rocking with you too. We rocking with you. Your real ones ain't
absolutely,
going nowhere.
absolutely, man. So, any of you brothers want to say something before we get up out of here?
I just say, don't give up on him. You know what I mean? Let's just try to stay the course. We never wavered before, Jay. We
Yeah,
always stay positive. I know we get
absolutely,
frustrated. I know it's things that we won't change and things differently, but let's stay the course. I just hope that we could keep our coaching staff intact for next season. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's a strong point. And I just, we just got to stay the course, man. We can't give up. Yeah, we gonna vent. We gonna be frustrated, but we will fight on.
absolutely. I agree with you, man. Fight on. Christian, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Yes, sir. I'm with you guys. It don't add up. I don't believe that Miva don't know the playbook. I just think that it's a life lesson, right? Everybody wants a answer. If they don't know something, if they can't get an answer, they'll make something up. That's how rumors get started. They just want to.
Mhm.
They just need an answer. They want to. The why is killing them to why he's not playing. But to
Yeah.
me, I've chalked it up to I never know. That's Lincoln Riley's decision. That's their coaching staff decision. I don't know why he's playing, even though I think we need to put him in. But I'm not going to spread a rumor on the kid to make him look bad, especially for his future, by saying he can't learn a playbook when I've seen this kid play, and that doesn't make sense. When Riley even said the quarterback situation in August was so close because he came in and picked up the playbook much quicker and started taking strides and performing well. So I, I'm debunking that as well. I don't think that's it. For whatever reason why Riley's doing it, I don't know if he don't want to hurt Miller confidence to break him as a kid or what. I don't know if he think he might lose out on Juju and that Jaden might transfer, so he don't want to break the confidence in Miller Moss to have it as a backup to bring him back
That's
next year.
that,
I
that's
don't.
my that's my theory, but I'm not gonna put that out there like that. But yeah, that's kind of my theory, man. That is absolutely my
So,
theory.
and
Cause
so
you
he's like, we're gonna ride or die with him, get him some experience and all the experience that he can for this year, for next year. Because even if Moss won the Heisman this year, it's not a doubt in my mind that he's coming back to USC because he loves USC. I don't see him going, even if he had a great year, I don't see him going to the NFL draft, right?
Hmm.
Like I feel like he would come back regardless because he loves USC that much, and so that's I don't think people should be putting rumors down in Marvel saying he can't learn the playbook when I
no,
definitely don't
that's
believe
why
that's the
that's
case.
why that's whack, man. To me, that's
Hmm.
disrespectful. It's whack, and it's just showing partiality, man. I'm not feeling that at all. Shout
Because
out to
that
the
hurts
Colorado.
him.
Yeah, it hurt. I don't like it. To me,
If
that's
he want
crazy.
to go to another school next year, they're gonna be saying, "Oh, well, they said you couldn't learn the
No,
playbook at
I'm not putting
USC."
that. I'm
You know
not
what I'm
putting that
saying?
type of stuff out. I'm not
Right,
allowing that. No, yeah, they're not getting away with that. He knows the playbook, and I feel like he can run the offense. Bottom line, unless Lincoln Riley says it, I'm not trying to hear it. And Lincoln Riley said, "You're
right,
not going to be neck and neck." If he didn't know the playbook, put Jake Jensen at the second string quarterback. Right?
right.
Why is Miles at the second string quarterback right now? Then
Right.
they
Right.
lying. Whoever put that out is a liar, and you lost to the sauce. I mean, come
Fact.
on, man. If he knows the playbook, so he's at the second string. And last Lincoln Riley said they running neck and neck. It's a hard decision. Jaden Miles was making it extremely hard. He caught up from the springtime where he didn't know the playbook as much. Now he caught up. And so look, I believe Lincoln Riley what he said at that. If he didn't know the playbook, he wouldn't be second string. Bottom line.
Facts.
So anyway,
Facts.
look, man, I'm out of here, man. Hey, you guys can
All
roll
the
out with
time.
me. Hey, until
All
later on,
right,
listen,
spot on,
everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.
Fight on, y'all.
spot on.